What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a cheap FUT champion squad builder. One of the things I get asked for the most is what team should I use to try and qualify for FUT champions, or what team should I use in FUT champions, or I only have X amount of coins. I can't qualify because of that. So what I'm going to do here today, guys, is build a very cheap team for you guys, show you how it plays, show you that it plays good, give you the tips on how to play, what play style works with the team, what chem styles are best, what custom tactics and individual player tactics things are for the team. And basically give you guys the best opportunity to get into FUT champions. Now, before we get into this, if you could drop a thumbs up, it would be amazing. I don't know when this video is going to go live. It will either be Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening. So I've built the team not for the current as time of recording this FUT champions, which is no limit on anything. You can play with absolutely any team you want. There are no entry requirements. I've built this team for in 2 days time FUT champions qualification, which is here. You get 7 attempts, okay? 7 attempts, which is a lot of attempts, and you should be able to take this and go into it. Now, this is actually going to be quite a long video because I'm going to give in detail why I picked the players I picked, how much they cost, all the information that you guys are going to want to have. So if you're here for a long video, welcome, sit down, relax, grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a soft drink, whatever you're into, I don't mind. But we have built a team. I'm building a team here today for this. The players from La Liga Santander is a minimum of 3 in your starting 11. Interestingly, the team that I built also is usable in the first one, but this one doesn't come out for another, right as of making this video, like another day and 15 hours. As of you guys watching this video, probably like another day or so, maybe less than 24 hours. But if you got this video and there's still 8 or 9 hours left on this daily knockout tournament, the first one here, you can still use the team in this one. And in fact, the game that we're going to play today is going to be in this this tournament entry. So altogether you get 13 attempts, 6 attempts on the first one. I've already entered it, so it says 5 remaining, but we're already in one. So 6 attempts on this one, 7 attempts on the other one. EA are giving us 13 attempts. Now, the best thing about it is as well, for those of you that do struggle for coins, for packs, all that kind of stuff, for the one coming up for the daily knockout here, you get this prize every time you win. So you could potentially win up to 7.5k packs, which I think is pretty good. Obviously, there is an argument to be made that it should be a little bit easier for people to qualify now, because if you're in Weekend League and you finish Gold 3 or higher, you no longer have to qualify. You just get automatic qualification. So a big portion of the user base that play won't even bother to come into these tournaments to try and win them because they've already qualified, okay? So with that in mind, if you are still available, if you are still here and you're like, well, that isn't out for me yet, I would love to see a different team for FUT champs. This is a team that I actually built this a couple weeks ago that I was going to make a video on and never did. This team is like 10,000 coins and it would play amazing. I've used a lot of these players myself, and in fact, Williams and Reed, they were my 2 centre backs through FUT champions weekend just gone, and I finished in Elite 3. I also had Barkley and Clichy in that team, so 4 of these 7 players are players that are Elite 3 quality in FUT champs. But with that being said, we're going to take you into today's squad builder, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what we're going to do. And I'm also going to give alternatives. There's one relatively expensive player. He's not even that expensive, but I'll give you an alternative. And on the bench is basically players that you're going to use as alternatives or want to have as substitutes. And substitutes are very important, I feel like, in FUT champions and FUT champs qualification. So to start things off, the goalkeeper is going to be, of course, you need a minimum of 3 La Liga players. So we're going to go for a full La Liga team, and the goalkeeper is going to be Alves. You could go with Ter Stegen here if you wanted. And guys, if you have better versions of these players that you've already got through rewards or through playing the game, use them. You don't have to use these players. This is me just offering those of you guys that just don't have pretty much anything, a solid base to work from. So if you have, if you have Oblak because you packed him or bought him, or if you have Keylor Navas, go use them. That's no problem at all. I've picked personally Alves to go in goal. In the defence, now the right back is a guy who last year I played over 300 games with, and he is just as good this year, and that is Oscar DeMarcos. He doesn't have the best defending attributes, but 3-star, 3-star with 88 pace, really nice dribbling and passing, and decent physical. He's an ideal right back. He's the kind of right back that you could genuinely use all the way through to team of the season until like the superstar players come out. There's nothing wrong with him. He will do a great job. Him, Kyle Walker, Hector Bellerin, Florenzi, all these players, they just have that kind of standout ability where even like superstar players just don't really, do a much better job than them. And then at left back is an interesting one because I used to go with Gaia, right? And I think a lot of people would probably want to go with Gaia here just because of the pace again. But for me, Gaia's lack of defending and lack of physical are just not interesting for me. However, this guy here, Costa, looks like a great card. Yes, he's a little bit short, but 3-star, 3-star, incredibly well-rounded card. Good pace, good dribbling. Good passing, very good defending and physical for a 79 rated. Overall, not like the best physical defending, but when you compare him to DeMarcos, he has got better defending, but everything else is within reason. A little less pace, but we're going to address that with chem styles. Less shooting, which is just not even relevant for a left back realistically. 2 less passing, which isn't too bad. And if you actually look at their in-game stats, I think their short passing, if I remember correctly, is identical. And I'm going to look real quick. DeMarcos has short passing of 77 and long passing of 69. 69, Kappa's in the chat. And Costa has short passing of 78 and long passing of 65. So Costa actually has better short passing, which is more relevant to the position that they play. Outside of passing, there's a little bit there. I think it's like the curve and the free kicks and such that are what give DeMarcos more stats there, but they're not relevant. Dribbling, he's 4 less, but again, dribbling's not really that relevant on a fullback. You're not, like, if you're tearing up down the left wing or the right wing with your fullbacks at the ball at their feet, you're probably going to make a mistake and end up getting countered on. Defending near identical, and then DeMarcos has way more physical, but 79 physical on a fullback and 74 physical on a fullback are perfectly fine. In at the centre-back spots, guys, we've got our first relatively expensive defender coming in at 1,400 coins, and that's Jeremy Matthew. And then there's Jimenez is our next defender. He is so cheap. Like, he is literally discard value. I think he's untradeable for me, so I can't even check, but he goes for, according to FUT right now, as of time of making this video, Jimenez is 850 coins, which means if you actually search for him around 1,500 coins, you could probably get one with a chem style already. This is the defense. Jimenez is amazing. Medium high work rate, 6'1", good pace, which again we're going to address. Good defending, great physical for a centre back. 83 physical is quite high. He lacks heavily in passing, shooting, and dribbling. You do not want to use him in any kind of offensive mode. If you've got the ball at his feet and there's a counter-attack on, pass the ball off, then counter. Don't run up the field with him because it would be a mistake. And the only problem with Jeremy Matthew is that he has a high attacking work rate. However, I've played, again, last year in FIFA 16, I know it's a different game, it doesn't really count, but I played hundreds of games with Jeremy Matthew in FIFA 16, and already in FIFA 17, I've played nearly 100 games with him on my Road to Glory account, and he's outstanding. When you compare him to Jimenez, he's got a little bit more pace, but they're near the same there. Their defending and physical also near the same. It's like the reason why Matthew is probably just slightly the worst defender is just because of that high attacking work rate. However, when you look at height and such as well, they're also similar there. 6'2" for Matthew, and I think it's 6'1" for Jimenez. Like, they're basically just the carbon copy of each other than work rate. So I love the two centre-backs. I think they give a really good, strong backbone. And this defence and goalkeeper combined are like 5,000 coins. Less than that, probably. Which is pretty damn awesome. Now, the most expensive player in the squad is going to be sitting in this right-hand side spot, and it's Arda Turan. Now, he's 84 rated. He's obviously got 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high work rates, which I believe to be quite important. At 5'10", that's why he's on the outside of the midfield. You don't want to put someone that short in the centre of the three players. The reason why I think I really like Thuram is because he's got a really well-rounded card. Great dribbling, great passing, good pace, very nice shooting, and his physical for a 5'10" centre mid is actually really, really important. 73 physical is very nice. The 4-star is very nice. If you can't afford the 2,200 coins for Thuram, or if you already have a different midfielder, you can quite happily put in Asensio. I've used Asensio a lot in this game, and as you can see, their stats are also very, very similar. Same pace, 4 less shooting, same passing, which is quite important, very important in the centre midfield spot, 4 less dribbling, way less defending, which isn't relevant, but that 12 less physical is probably quite important. So with Asensio, not only are you getting less physical, you're losing out on the weak foot, you're losing out on the skill moves, and you're losing out on the high work rates, which actually might be one of the benefits for Asensio. So if you can't afford the 2,200 for Thuram, get the 700 coins for Asensio. He's a great player. I really enjoy him. I use him quite a lot on, as I say, on my road to glory. In at the centre midfield spot, we have got another cheap player in Casimiro. You can quite happily use Nzonzi here if you already have Nzonzi, or if you don't have Casimiro, or if you just don't like Casimiro, or if you don't like someone with 61 pace, if you wanted to use a different midfielder. But Casimiro is important to this team. At 6 foot tall with medium work rates, he'll be a very, very important central midfielder for you. And his work rates and his defense and physical will become even more important the later on in the game when we get into the gameplay, which I'll show you guys. So he's our our second central midfielder. And then finally is another questionable midfielder, not this Boateng, another questionable midfielder in the sense of you might just be opposed to him. I know a lot of people won't like Kevin Prince Boateng. I think he's fantastic this year. And again, if you don't like him and you've got Thuram and Casimiro, you can use Asensio. Or if you don't like, let's say you don't like Boateng or Thuram and you've already got Asensio in the team, you could just use Kovacic here. Kovacic has terrible shooting but has 4-star. The reason why I really like Boateng is because, again, a really tall physical midfielder at 6'1". 4-star is amazing. You'll notice that a lot of my players in this team have really good skill moves and really good weak foot. He's just got a ridiculously well-rounded card. And in terms of a chem style for Boateng, he's actually one that we don't give a chem style to. We want to keep him on basic because we want to give his whole card that small boost rather than certain attributes a big boost. Because he goes, I think, to I'll tell you exactly what he goes to on 10 chem. In a 100 chem team with a basic chemistry style, he will go to 76 pace, 77 shooting, 81 passing, 83 dribbling, 80 physical, and 70 defending. It makes him a club 70 card with 3 stats above 80 and 2 stats near to 80. So for me personally, basic on Boateng is where you want to go. And also he has traits and specialities. His speciality is strength, and his traits are flair and long shot taker, and I believe those again to be important in the midfield. So that's Boateng for us, guys. In at right forward, and again, right forwards they're actually quite tricky for right forwards because we're trying to do this cheap, right? We're trying to build a cheap team. So you need to get a right wing, not a right mid here, because a right mid, you would absolutely have to buy a right mid to right wing position modifier, which you don't want to do because they're expensive. So we take Carlos Vela as our right mid. He has a terrible weak foot, but I really, really like this card. Good pace, good dribbling, good shooting, decent passing for a winger. 5'10" as well. I think people have the mental image that Vela's really small and weak. His physical's not ideal, but he's not actually that small, and his 4-star skill moves are pretty good. If you don't like him, you can use Oriana. I really like Oriana. He's 4-star, so he has a better weak foot. He's got better passing, better dribbling, better defending. He's much weaker, but is a decent alternative. And then in at the left wing, guys, again, it's somebody that we have to use as a left wing, not a left mid, because I know like Carrasco or there's basically like, I can't remember the other Belgian left mid's name, but there are other options outside of Musonda as a left mid, but then you'd have to buy the left mid to left wing position modifier, and we're trying to keep this low budget, so we're using players that are, fit our needs, and that for us is Musonda. 5-star, high medium work rates. Some call him the cheap Neymar. The only thing that you can say that is bad about Musonda is his absolutely woeful shooting. So bear that in mind when you play with him, that you're going to have to take low risk, high quality shots with him. No finesse shots from the top of the box, no long shots from 25 yards out. You want to give him those low risk, high reward opportunities, because otherwise he's just going to let you down. If you don't like Musonda, this guy, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but decent enough card. Much better shooting, very similar stats otherwise. One more pace, loads more shooting, same passing, less dribbling, more defending and physical. But the reason why we sacrifice all of those things for Musonda is because this is 3-star, 4-star for weak foot and skill moves against 5-star, 5-star, which again will come in absolutely hugely important for you as you go forwards. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 strikers already on the bench, which means we don't pick any of those. And the reason why we don't pick any of those is because our actual striker, again, is a player with some very good, not face card stats, but other things that are popular for him. So 5-star weak foot again, 4-star skill moves, high work rate, 5'7", good pace and dribbling, very good shooting for an 80 rated discard striker. 76 passing is okay. A lot of people might look at Ben Yedder and say no because of that work rates and height, and I feel like he's the kind of guy that you would like to have in your team for the first 60 minutes and then sub out when your opponent's defense's legs are tired. Because bringing on, again, if you want a bit more pace, Pato, 4-star skill moves, 5'11", a lot taller, better work rates at high-low, very similar card stats other than dribbling. In fact, he's got better pace, same shooting, better physical, so not as good passing, dribbling or defending, but what you get with Pato is you get that height, you get those better work rates. But I feel like bringing Pato on as a substitute would be far more beneficial than starting him. So though that is the main team, guys, and as of right now of recording this video, this team is going for currently 11,750 coins on Xbox and 11,700 coins on PlayStation. So it's a 12k team. People have to have 12k at this stage in FIFA. It's just the way it is. If you haven't got 12k by now, you're doing something wrong. You can upgrade or change any of these players for anyone that suits you whenever you need. Now, in terms of player instructions, our fullbacks are set to stay back while attacking. Or the whole defense, in fact, is set to stay back while attacking. Casimiro is set to stay back while attacking, and that is all you do for Casimiro. For the 3 attacking players, you want stay central. It's important to have them stay central and get in behind for all 3 of them. Stay central, get in behind. Stay central, get in behind. That is all I do for the player instructions. I don't do anything else, and it's important to my playstyle and potentially your playstyle that that's what we do. In terms of custom tactics, I don't change anything. You can see it's all the same here, except defensive line, we take off of offside trap, we put to cover, and that is all I change for custom tactics, because I personally do something in-game which changes the way I play, and I'll show you the guys that when we get into the game. So this is a team. In terms of chem styles, it's a lot of it is what can you afford and what do you like. Me personally, I think the best chem style for a goalkeeper is, I don't actually have it here, I don't think, the one that improves diving, handling and positioning. We're going to actually improve diving, handling and kicking on Diego Alves chem style. The goalkeeper ones are all 150 to 200 coins, so you could just go with what you like. If you don't want to spend the extra coins, leave them on basic, no problem. For DeMarcos, he's already got like an abundance of pace, so you don't need to give him a shadow chem style. That would just be a waste of like 2,500 coins. But an anchor would be pretty good. I don't know how much specifically anchor is. If you can't afford anchor, leaving him on basic rather than giving him something else would probably be more beneficial. Like giving him a rounded boost would probably be better than giving him a backbone, for example, because you don't want to boost just his defending, physical and passing. It's irrelevant relatively. You know, his passing's already good enough for a defender there. If you can't afford anchor, leave him blank. If you can afford anchor, put an anchor on DeMarcos. That would be great. And I'm going to go with an anchor as well. That would actually be my card of choice, as I said. No need for a shadow. With Jimenez, once again, a shadow would be great if you can afford shadow. If you can't afford shadow, an anchor again would be great. I believe anchor is like 700 to 800 coins and shadow is like 2,000 coins. So you might have to spend as much, if not more, on chem styles for this team as the actual team itself. But if you can buy them on the market with the chem styles already, that's a bonus. And bear in mind that when you put chem styles on them, it raises their value so that you can sell them on the market for more than you bought them for. So once again, I'm actually going to go with anchor again on Jimenez, boost that pace, defending and physical. And then when we come into Matthew again, you're going to want, if you've got shadow and you can afford shadow, put shadow on Jeremy Matthew. Then we come to Costa. Now, Costa is the one dude that I would say if possible, use Shadow. Like, I would prefer Shadow on him because it puts him up to like 93 pace and like 85 defending or so, which is good. Anchor does a good enough job. It puts him to like 89 pace, like 82 defending and 80 physical, I believe, which is a really well-rounded card, which is what we're going to go for again. But I would suggest Shadow on him if you can afford it. For Turan, I'm giving a card that I don't see used much in midfielders, and I don't know why. I'm going to give him Maestro. Boost that dribbling, boost that passing, boost that shooting. For me, I put Maestro on most of my creative midfielders. I don't really go for pace in central midfield. I just don't think it's relevant. I don't think it's necessary. Maestro cards are super cheap. They're like 200 coins. You might even have some in your club. For Casimiro, this one will be a lot of preference. 61 pace is so low to the point where giving him a pace boost still won't make much of a difference. So it's the same as someone who has super high pace. It's not really that effective giving them a pace boost. So what do you want to boost? Defending and physical, dribbling and passing. You don't really want to boost his shooting because it's so bad anyway at 68. It's not really relevant. Me personally, I would go with Backbone for Casimiro. I use Gareth Barry in this place on my Road to Glory account, which I got Elite 3 in, and I give Gareth Barry Backbone. Boost that defending, boost that physical, boost that passing, make him just an absolute powerhouse in that midfield, which is interesting because there is a powerhouse chem style. And then, as discussed already with Boateng, we don't give any chem style at all. We want to keep him there. We want to boost everything on him. For Carlos Vela, this again is much about preference. Don't put a hunter card on him. You do not want to boost his pace and shooting. He doesn't get into enough good shooting positions with the way that you're going to play with this team to warrant a hunter card. It's useless. What you want to do is boost pace, dribbling, shooting, and or passing. So whatever you've got in your club that is the best suited to those things, that's what you want to go with. Engine is perfect. Pace, dribbling, and passing is very, very good. Maestro is also pretty good. Dribbling, shooting, and passing, not bad. You would sacrifice then your pace with Carlos Vela. So I would suggest personally, go Engine. Some people might put Hawk on him, you know, try and boost that physical. But again, his physical's so low that small physical boost that you're going to give him is just not enough, in my opinion. So we give Engine to Carlos Vela. We also give Engine to Musonda. His shooting, his physical, his defending are so bad that you're not going to notice any great difference by putting any chem style on those areas. So we give him something as well that boosts his pace, his dribbling, and his passing. Take a player that's Musonda, crazy good weak foot, crazy good skill moves, good strengths in his pace and his dribbling, and then amplify those strengths. Make this weak player into a god by the chem styles. That's what we're doing here. So pace, dribbling, passing, boom. There we go. Now for your striker, if you can get a hunter card, they're like 4,700 coins. If you can get a hunter card, use a hunter card. If you can't get a hunter card, I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I would move pretty much anything in FIFA. I would sell everything I could to get a hunter card for him, because a hunter card on Ben Yedder will put him to 93 pace or 94 pace and like 88 shooting, which is just ridiculously good with a 5-star, 4-star kind of guy. For the sake of this video, for those of you that can't afford hunter cards, I'm not going to put a hunter card on him, just to show you that you don't need that hunter card to make him work. So we're going to put a Hawk on him. We're going to boost his pace and shooting anyway, just not to the magnitude that we would have liked to have done. We're going to give him Hawk, and that's how we're going to play with him. And that, guys, is the team. So this is what we're looking at for the team there. We've shown the chem styles, I've shown the player instructions, I've shown the custom tactics, I've shown everything that we do. Now the job is to get into the game and make sure that this actually plays well, otherwise you're going to struggle with it. So this is the team, let's get into the gameplay. Okay guys, so into the gameplay we go, and our opponent for today has got a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation. He's got a very, very nice team. Some cheap players in there as well, actually. The Ross Barkley, who's amazing. McCarthy, who's good. Jagielka, Danny Rose, and Henderson, all quite cheap. Koulibaly that he's got is quite cheap. Now, I want you guys to notice what I do at kickoff here. And what I do is I press down and then up on the D-pad to set counter-attack. And I go attacking. I don't go defensive. I don't go ultra defensive or part the bus. I go attacking. I'm going to show the whole game. I was asked on my Road to Glory account the other day to basically show a whole game so people can see the build-up play and how I play specifically, because a lot of how people like make videos is just showing the goals scored and the goals conceded. So you don't see everything in between that could be relevant. You don't see how someone would like intentionally kind of create chances, or like, you know, basically how they would maneuver their team and such. So we do our best to Ben Yedder almost. We do our best to show absolutely everything, just so you guys can get a true picture. That was a terrible pass. A true picture as to how the team plays. Now, the reason why I go counter-attack and attacking is because I like to put pressure on my opponents. I like to get that. Don't give a foul for that, ref. Yeah, that's that strength of Matthew. I like to put pressure on them to get the ball back quick, because I play with the ball better than, like, I'm a terrible defender, right? So I try to limit my opportunities without the ball. If I haven't got the ball, I'm likely to concede because I'm bad at defending. However, if I have the ball, go on. Oh, that was a terrible shot. If I have the ball, I can't concede. You can't concede when you've got possession. So, that's great defensive work again from Jeremy Matthew. So what I do is I go attacking just so I can basically try and get in on them straight away, press them and get that ball back. That's a great run. Has he got the legs? That's the problem with Casimiro and that pace. And I tell you what, guys, giving Casimiro more pace wouldn't have got him there. Some people would probably like look at that. That's a great ball through. Is he onside? He is onside. That should be a goal, really. Yeah, that's a good goal. That is a nice goal. Not a lot you could do about that. You know, he hit me on the counter. After me almost scoring one end, he goes down the other end, pops it in the back of the net. Lukaku is just a beast, man. Lukaku's so good, so strong, good pace, great finishing. We're not out of this game yet. You know, bear in mind we are playing with a 10k team, and Lukaku alone is worth about 3 times the amount of our team. So it's not a problem. But yeah, so like I say, I go counter-attack, because what counter-attack does is it sets your players' mentalities on how they run and how they move up and down the field. So that's why I set counter-attack. It also means that your centre-backs stay back when you go forwards, which is really important. Are we getting ahead on that? We are not. Which is really important because you don't want to get countered a lot. So I go counter-attack to stop the counters from coming in, and then I go attacking to just put pressure on. And if I find personally that my opponent, see how quickly I'm on this guy getting the ball back. I know I'm 1-0 down, so it's kind of like, doesn't really make that much of a difference. But why is Casimiro the guy running forward? That's a great ball. Oh, the Turan, 1-1. What a goal. That was some lovely move. I don't know why I've got Casimiro set to stay back while attacking, and he keeps bombing forwards. I don't know why. That was a really nice goal. Ball into Casimiro. Lovely little play there into Turan. Turan with the shot. Already worth his price tag of 2,200 coins. He gets us back into the game. But you'll see, guys, how quickly I'm getting the ball back against this guy. And if you're playing against someone, because FUT champions can be sweaty, right? We know that. FUT champions can be a game mode where people just try their best to annoy their opponents, to get in their heads, to get in, you know, basically just do everything they can to ruin their day. So if you find that your opponent is like possession whoring and just in general just being a bit of a dick, go high pressure. So you go down, and see how I've pressed down on the D-pad, it brought it up. I'll bring it up again. You want to press down twice to go high pressure, and then if you also press up and then down, you'll get team pressing. Team pressing high pressure is dangerous because you literally go balls to the wall trying to get the ball back, and if you're unsuccessful, you are going to get countered. That's all there is to it. But it's a tactic that some people require to try and get the ball. Like if you're 1-0 down and someone's playing, like, you know, part of the bus or ultra defensive or count, you know, whatever. Hey, that's not the ball that I wanted. You're going to have to do it to try and get the ball back, basically. So it's a good tactic to get that ball back. But again, you can see I'm pressing this guy hard. I want the ball back. This is why I'm attacking. I want him to make a mistake defensively. He's actually pushed up the field really, really high. This should be us stealing the ball back here. He hasn't got many attacking options. He's having to keep passing backwards. Hopefully we're going to read a pass eventually. And look at what I'm doing as well. Look at who I'm controlling. I'm not controlling my defense. All I'm doing is controlling my attacker. He might score from it still. Diego Alves, big save. Carved out a good opportunity there. This guy's decent with the ball. He's not great without the ball, but he's pretty good with the ball. I worry at corners. I can't take corners. I'm shocking at corners. And here we go with Musonda. Lovely bit of skill. 5-star skill moves coming into play. And that strength also coming into play. The lack thereof, should I say. Let's get in there with Kevin Prince. Let's just hold him off. Poor pass. That was just not Musonda poor pass. That was he's offside, right? That was a me poor pass. Is he not offside? Wow, I really thought that was offside. I thought he was a good couple of yards offside. So we've conceded a second goal there, guys, to this guy's pretty much second or only third attempt. I thought he was offside. That's surprising to me. And like I say, I don't just think he was offside. I think he was considerably offside. I thought he was like a good 3 or 4 yards off there. Maybe I had a player on the field. Hello? There we go. Yeah, I guess I was wrong. And that stemmed from me making a mistake with Musonda. And that's one of my biggest problems in, as I've given him the ball back again, one of my biggest problems in FIFA this year, and specifically in FUT Champions and how I lose games, is making mistakes like that. I conceded that goal, not necessarily because my opponent is clearly better than me or because he didn't like earn that chance. I gave him the ball in my own half, and he's through on goal there as well if he wants it. Great tackle. Right, let's not make any more defensive mistakes. We've got Carlos Vela going forwards. Oh wow, is this real life right now? Is Arda Turan going to get fouled there and then the game's not going to give me anything back for it? DeMarcos, nice. I need to slow my game down a little bit. I just want to make sure that I don't get out of the game. So see how he's now, I think he's part of the bus. Maybe. Like his defensive line is super, super deep. We're going to get in behind with Casimiro, not the guy that we want. But it's going to fall to Arda Turan again. That is a terrible shot. That is a really bad shot. And now is going to be the time for me to go team pressing and high pressure if this guy kind of like plays how I feel like he's going to play. That's not where I aimed the ball. If this guy starts passing around like his back line and stuff, which I don't think he's doing, I think he's just trying to play counter-attacking football. But if he does start passing around his back line, I will most definitely have to go team pressing and high pressure. Carlos Vela should be through there. That's a lovely ball. And we're going to try and run around the defender. Let's hit him with a stop and turn inside. Is that not a pen ref? How's that a goal kick? That's either a corner or a penalty. There is no goal kicks there. That's crazy. This game is cheating. But we're still in it. It's not a problem. We are creating chances. I definitely feel like I've got the capabilities to get back into the game. Here's Boateng. Nice. Vela. Very nice. Not quite where I aimed that again. But Turan... That's poor. That's poor from me. That is poor. So we find ourselves 2-1 down at half-time, guys. I feel like we've had the better of the chances. He's had, like, I mean, we've had identical amounts of shots. His passing's been better than mine. I've had a bit more possession. But right now, I'm happy to sit where we are. I still feel like I'm going to get back into this game. I feel like we're going to create the chances. I've got a good team. He's got a better team. Well, he's got a more expensive team. Better team is debatable. But he's defending pretty well. What we need to do is just be a little bit calmer on the ball, take our chances. I've had a few shots that I'm losing because I made mistakes. His first goal was very nice, really good passing move through to Lukaku. Got in behind, great shot, great goal. His second goal was just defensive error from me. Played a silly pass in midfield with Musonda, gave him the ball, he hit me on the counter, he popped it in the back of the net. There's not really a lot you can do about that. What you want to do is just eradicate those mistakes from your game. And then, hey, guess what? You won't concede silly goals. So this half, as long as we don't go 3-1 down, I'm happy to keep playing like this until I need to make a change. And we should be through here with Carlos Vela. We are indeed. Oh, that's a really good tackle. I tried to use the shield button to either get a penalty or just bump him and potentially walk away with the ball. But for some reason, Carlos Vela just stood still rather than shielded. He's in behind with Henderson here. That's a great tackle. I don't know who that was that made the tackle, but let's go forward with DeMarcos. Try and get that 1-2 running. Vela into Ben Yedder. DeMarcos is still going forwards. It's not the ball that I played. That's a great interception from DeMarcos. Musonda into Ben Yedder. Through to Oscar DeMarcos. DeMarcos, what a save from Reina. Oh my god, that was a big save. Now, I don't know what to do from corners, guys. I am horrendous at corners, and usually I concede from them. Here's Ben Yedder, though. Ben Yedder with a shot. It's going to come out to Musonda. We don't want to shoot with Musonda. Shouldn't have passed it either. And he's wasted, absolutely wasted his counter-attacking option there. Turan, Ben Yedder. I'm starting to get a bit of... that was terrible. I didn't even aim it to that direction, but that was a terrible pass choice. I don't think it would have gone where I wanted it to go, even if it went where I wanted it to go. He's got a runner on the inside. That is great defending. I read that well. Look at that. Two of my defenders just standing there doing nothing. Don't let him get through. Nice. That's Costa doing good work. Again, defensive error. I should have just cleared it. Let's take a view of our options. All right, he's backed off. So let's run it up the field. And I've given him the ball back again. I didn't expect him to expect me to cut inside there. That was very silly of me. That's a great interception from Casimiro. And we've got runners. Here we go. Carlos Vela. Is he through? Or is Danny Rose going to get there? Danny Rose has got there. That's crazy. Right, 60th minute. I've got 10 minutes left in me, guys, before I'm going to make substitutions. Is this guy really trying that? Is this his game now? Interestingly, I've actually got in behind a couple of times to the point where I don't think he's like super defensive. I thought he was sitting quite defensive, but it seems like he's pulled his team back up. Oh, go on, Vea. Go on, Vea. Boom. Lovely. That is both unlucky and lucky. It was unlucky because the ball was supposed to go to Ben Yedder and it just hit Carlos Vea, I believe. Look at this ball. Should be in for Ben Yedder and he just didn't get it. Really lucky to get the ball back there with Carlos Vea. And now that we're back in at 2-2, once I get possession back, I'm going to make some in-game changes that are going to be really important for you guys to see, because I feel like it's important to see what I do around the 60 to 70th minute mark. So you'll notice certain players are tired, right? Ben Yedder's tired, so this is where you want to bring on Pato. Pato's got that pace, got those fresh legs. Casimiro, not super tired. Boateng and Turan are both more tired than him. So I want to bring off Boateng. We're going to bring on Asensio. Then I'm going to bring off Casimiro. I'm going to drop him down to CDM, because this late on in the game, if you win headers from goal kicks and free kicks deep, you get instant counterattacks. So what I like to do personally is bring on a central defensive midfielder or a CDM that has really, really tall and really good defending and physical. Bring them deeper a little bit and then play with like a rounded six in the team. Now, it might end up coming, costing me, basically. It might end up costing me. But I'm expecting to be able to create chances from this because of my changes. So Musonda, if you can get the... Wow, that strength from Musonda. Hey, is that going out for a corner? Nice, right. Our changes are going to come in now. Abdenur is going to be coming on. I did call someone short there, but it's... Wow, who's that running? I don't know. I have to play the corner short because I don't know what else to do. And again, I'm going to end up conceding a goal. No, I'm not, because Asensio is there. And that's those fresh legs straight away. Let's go with Turan. I want to make sure I win this game. I'll take a corner out of that. Corner out of nothing. Danny Rose is absolutely annoying. So this guy is also playing dangerous defense. He's playing a very dangerous defense, trying to run it out, and he's actually been what a ball. What a tackle from Jimenez as well. That's going to go out for a throw-in, hopefully. 2-2, 20 minutes to go, guys. Now, bear in mind, we are using a really, really cheap team, right? It's not like I'm sitting here... Offside, yeah? Yeah. It's not like I'm sitting here with a superstar team. I don't really feel like I've played bad either. I feel like my goals have come from defensive errors above all else. Or actually, his first goal, like I say, his first goal was quite nice. But his second goal was definitely a defensive error on my part. Let's get that ball inside. We've got a runner down the left. Oh, that's a horrendous pass. That's lovely. Oh, God. Nice, Jimenez. And then Abdenur. I'm telling you guys, right? I'm telling you guys. Abdenur is going to be huge for us. Abdenur is going to come up massive. I tried to do a ball roll there. There's Abdenur stealing in straight away. Use that strength. He hasn't. And he's got a through ball there if he plays it right. He has played it, but not right. He should have played that one time earlier. I'm talking like bigging up Abdenur, and he ends up giving away a silly ball. Oh, wow. His defender is so deep there. Did you see that? I thought Pato was clean through there. Turns out... Yo, Chiro, please. Please. Turns out he had a centre-back all the way back. Look at how deep that defender goes. That's really weird. Go on, Musonda! What a lucky goal, guys. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. The luck right now. 2 of my goals have been super lucky. Look at that. I tried to play it into Pato there. Defender intercepts. It falls to Musonda. Musonda scores. And the team has come good, guys. We are 3-2 up now. And I will not change off of attacking. I know a lot of people in this instant would go defensive or park the bus, potentially. Me, no chance. I like to stay attacking. I like to stay, basically keep pressing my opponent, try and get counter-attacks against them, because now, unless he wants to lose, he's going to have to come attacking, because he's got 5 minutes left in this game. Oh, God. If I concede from this, it's another silly defensive error. Keeper should have. Good save from Diego. What stupid passes, man. Stupid passes. And he's ultra attacking now, which is exactly why, as Abdennour wins a header, bear in mind and Abdennour wins that tackle as well. This is why I stay attacking, because I want these players to go forwards. I want to get in behind. I want to have the opportunity to score a fourth. And it's going to be Asensio, the substitute. So one sub wins us the ball in the box. Abdennour gets the header, gets the tackle, gets the pass away. Musonda flies down the wing, which is why we gave him the pace and dribbling boost. Good control of the ball. Cuts it across. And there is Asensio, our midfielder that we brought on as a sub, to tap that one into the back of the net. And that, guys, for me personally, is why substitutes are so very important in this game. They are so important to have those fresh legs in the game when everyone else is dead. You just want to have them. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. Don't give him a ball. There we go. All right, let's try and get one more. Let's bang him there. Boom. See you later. Bye. And Pato with those fresh legs against the Phil Jagielka. He's got no chance of keeping up with him. Pato's in the box. Pato squares it. Oh my God, the luck is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. What a jammy goal. I mean, great work from Pato. Again, those fresh legs. He just burns away from Jagielka. Jagielka's got no chance. Gets in behind. And this is, I feel like it's a truer show of the game. 5-2. My opponent was pretty good, but we've destroyed him come the 90th minute. A fantastic performance from the boys. Asensio comes on as a sub and gets man of the match. Pato comes on, gets a 7.1. Abdennour comes on, gets a 7.3. Musonda with 2 goals. Vea, Turan and Asensio with the goals. Assists coming from Casimiro, Asensio and Musonda. Shots, I didn't really have that many shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This said I had 8 shots and scored 5 goals. Passes, Musonda really well. Asensio comes on for 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5 for Abdennour. It's tackles 1. Look at that, Jimenez, 4 out of 4, guys. 4 out of 4 tackles, amazing. Saves, Diego Alves, only needed the 2 saves. His keeper, Reina, made 4 saves. So we had more shots, more goals. Just generally a more dominant performance with a very cheap team. And you can see there, how effective was this team? Look at where our shots are from, man. He had some good shots as well. He did create some good opportunities, I will say that. His second goal was lucky, but I had 3 very jammy goals in there. Very jammy. We end up winning by 5 goals to 2. I created good chances. The team played well. And I wanted to show you guys, like I say, the full game. I know this video is going to be super long. But I wanted to show you guys the full game because I wanted you to see exactly how it played. I didn't want you guys to see just some goals scored and some goals conceded because that's what most people do for you know, editing videos and getting the time down. I wanted you guys to see this is how well this team plays. And you can see this team creates problems. The substitutes were overly important. Abdennour pulling him back to CDM was very important for the team. We conceded 1 good goal from Lukaku and 1 AIDS goal. Like, the defense is strong. The amount of times Jimenez jumped in and saved us at the last minute. Costa was good. DeMarcos was good. The team just played thoroughly well. And we end up getting ourselves a nice big 5-2 win. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. Good luck with your FUT Champions qualification. I hope you guys will make it. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.